Alright guys, Fuller coming to you with another video. Shout outs to the whole LDBC. I hope you guys are doing well under these conditions that we are in right now, with especially here in California. We have a crazy spike in this whole coronavirus thing, man. Spike is crazy. But we just gotta wiggle through the maze, as they say, and just manage and get through it. And I believe we will find a way, in that if we allow ourselves to, we can come out of it better. But I hate doing videos like this, but someone requested that I do a video about this particular thing or this particular individual. And again, you can be in the comment section saying you're a hater. You can be in the comment section saying that you're clout chasing. You can be in the comment section saying that you're just jealous and things like that. Listen, man, at the end of the day, there's this one text that really stood out to me, and as a matter of fact, I pray for it. I pray a lot for this. I pray for the cloak of obscurity. Okay, I don't want to be in the limelight at all. I want to be a nigga who grows his YouTube following in organic way, and grows it without asking for donations, and grows it on his own too. Okay, using the truth of the matter and not using these other pseudosciences or unproven things. Okay, that's me. I desire the cloak of obscurity. One of the grand sages, who was a general and also a linguist, a linguist expert, who memorized the whole dictionary basically because he was that skillful at language. But he said that the cloak of obscurity is one of the best things that can be given to a man. Now I'm gonna say something, okay? What I'm about to talk about, okay, and a lot of people may get offended about it and things like that, but it just goes back to my original arguments about these quote unquote woke niggas and how they do things, okay? And the quote unquote woke nigga that we're talking about today, I went in on, on certain videos I go in on Nature Boy, but he's not the only one that I give like a small portion of the energy to. There's a lot of these would-be woke niggas who I do give a small portion of, and when I say a small portion, I mean probably like 0.5 of it. Now there's another guy, and he goes by the name of Chakabars. Now my issue with him is that he's just a walking contradiction. Like there's just so many things that he does that basically contradicts, just contradicts a lot of normal things. Now, one of the first things is this quote unquote all fruit diet. Okay, first of all, every sage, okay, every sage that was born, every single sage incorporated animal products into their diet, no matter who it was. Okay, every single last one of them, whether it be Gandhi, whether it be Buddha, whether it be Imhotep, whether it be the Prophet Muhammad, whether it be any single one, incorporated animals. Okay, and that's not to say that you have to eat meat all the time. I'm not saying that you have to eat animal products all the time, but the key to life is balance. And I'm sorry to say it, but just eating fruit all day ain't gonna balance you. That's probably why, no disrespect to him, that's probably why he looked goofy right now, and the fact of the matter is, that's probably why he's not balanced. I mean, you can tell he's not balanced. I mean, I look at all the pictures. Shit, you can look at this picture that's posted on on this screen right now and tell that he ain't balanced, okay? And the reason why I say that is when you're not a doctor or when you're not trained in something, you shouldn't be giving misinformation out, okay? And that's what the issue I have with these would-be woke people. Like, you guys have not done any kind of training or anything. You guys have not sat with anybody who has actually did the work, okay? You just like sat with Google and one day said, I found something that I can come up on. You know, it's crazy. So that's the one thing that I have, like, that basically makes no sense to me is you can't survive off of fruit. Okay, there's no way in hell you can survive just off of fruit. It's just not gonna happen. And if you do try to just survive off of fruit, different nutrients are going to be missing from your body. And I'm not saying this to make me sound like a doctor or anything like that. I'm just saying it for the simple fact that your body needs different types of things. Okay, you can't just get. What I'm saying is one food is not going to have everything. Or one certain type of food is not going to have everything your body needs. That's what I'm saying. All right? We're not built like wild animals, okay? They were created differently. They adhere to, they don't have a free will. So they just adhere to what they were put on earth for, you know? So that's the one thing. And then the other thing is, like, this nigga is stupid, bro. I kid you not. And you know, I left comments down on his Instagram page, but it's obvious he don't want this work from me, because he knows that, like, you know, this is the thing about these woke niggas. When they meet someone they can't fool, or they meet someone who knows better and who uses common sense and practicalities, they label that person as, you know, like, oh, you're just stupid, or oh, you're just anti something. So a friend brought to my attention that this fool said that if you don't think that the black woman is God, you're a sexist. I said, how, Sway? How are you a sexist? Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. This is gonna be not a popular opinion with a lot of people. If you're one of them niggas who think that a black woman is God, you're a damn simp. Okay? I'm just being honest with you. You're a simp. No sage at all. None of the ancient sages thought that a black woman was God. Okay? Or any woman for that matter. Let's take away the ethnicity. Okay? No sage thought that. They held the women in high regards, and some sages were matrilineal rather than patrilineal, but they never worshipped a woman. Okay, never have they worshipped a woman, or never have they called a woman God. The thing is, it's with God. God has both masculine and feminine traits. That's just the bottom line. But you can't just classify God into a sex. Okay, it just doesn't work like that. I know we say he just in terms of like proper, just being proper, right? Because if we call God a it, you know, that would sound like kind of like, it wouldn't sound good. You know what I mean? But anyhow, you know, for him to say that you're a sexist if you don't think that the black woman is God, let's look at that nigga's track record. If I didn't know any better, that nigga's a colorist. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. All the pictures you see with him with you know, black women, they're all of East African women. Okay, they're all of like Ethiopians, Somalians, Eritreans. You never see him with any other women who are from different parts of Africa. Let's say you never see him with a Angolan or Mozambican or hell, a Nigerian. You never see him with those different types. You only see him sticking with a certain type. And it's like, okay, bro, like it's obvious that you have like a thing for East African women and you like to put them on a pedestal, but you disregard other women, but you still say this black woman is God shit. Give me a break, my nigga. For real. Like, and as I said, everybody, you know, everybody needs, I guess, someone to I mean, book tours or something like that. But, you know, it's just the same story with these, you know, these charlatans. It's the same story with all of them, okay? And here's the thing about him. Like, before he quote unquote got woke, I heard that dude was so into white women. And here's the thing, it's no surprise the dude's a mulatto, okay? No disrespect to mulattoes, as they can't choose who their mother and father are, but let's be honest. How many mulattoes in history have done great things for the progression of black people? Let's just be real with ourselves. There's one mulatto, but even his mother was like black. You know, his mother was a black woman, and his father was a mulatto. But Antonio Maceo is like the realest mulatto I know of. And then there was another one in Grenada. His name was, I think, Fedon or something like that. He led a slave revolt. He was a mulatto as well. And he was a real one too. But like, when you look at the track record, man, let's be real with ourselves. Like, why would you even take something from this guy? Like, when he pretty much doesn't really understand your struggle. You know what I mean? Let's just be real with ourselves. And then here's another thing too. You know, with me, it's up to you what religion you want to follow, okay? Follow whatever religion you want. I'm not going to sit here and convince you or try to convince you not to follow a religion. Okay? It's up to you. You were given a free will. You're just going to exercise your free will. So be it. Do it. Okay? I have my beliefs. You have your beliefs. Akum dinukum waliyadin. To you be your way, to me be my way. Right? This nigga wants to do anything and everything to bash Islam, but at the same time take pictures with women in hijab. Which one is it, bro? Make up your mind. Like, for real. Like, yeah, I mean, it's obvious what you're doing things for. Okay? And I'm going to get to something more sinister about this guy. Now, the thing is he talks about building schools. He talks about doing all these things in Africa, but we never see the results. We just see like pictures on social media, but we never actually hear about it. You know, we never actually hear solid results. I'm going to tell you why that is. Look at who his funders are. I guarantee you, most of the money he gets from soliciting these things come from white people, okay? and not just your typical working class white person, but elites. And we know what elites are into: pedophilia. So with this, they see an opportunity to furthermore exercise their sickness. I'm just being real with you, okay? Look at this picture. He's with Ben Stiller. What is Ben Stiller with? Pizzagate, okay? And when these questions are asked and stuff like that about these things to him, he deflects or just doesn't answer them at all. But now he's posting posts. I don't follow him, but some people just like hit me up and like give me some information. But now he's posting things of like child trafficking and stuff. How are you gonna post things in child trafficking when you're involved in it? As far as I'm concerned, because I mean, what else is there? It's obvious these schools aren't being built. No school in Somalia, no school in the Congo. It's like, bro, like, just cut it out, for real. But man, that's all I'm gonna give this guy. You know, I just wanted to let that out because like a lot of these like would-be woke people, their agendas are never really pure. Because I'm gonna tell you something. About most of the woke people throughout history. Most of the woke people throughout history, they didn't solicit for funds. They had some kind of trade or training that would make them not have to solicit for funds. You know what I mean? They did something for their own because they wanted to be examples to their followers that, you know, you have to do these things. I'll give you an example. There's a story about Jesus, upon him be peace, the real Jesus, not the one that they give, not the one that you see in the 700 Club and all of that, and not the one that one guy, I forgot his name, Pat Robinson, that dumbass. Yeah, Pat Robinson, his dumbass. But there was a story about Jesus, and what happened is there was this guy who prayed all day. Like he would be in the place of worship, he would pray all day long. He would just be praying. And Jesus asked him, like, what do you do? How do you maintain? How are you able to pray all day? The guy said that his brother provided for him. His brother was working all day, and he would provide him with what he needed. Jesus said that your brother is a bigger worshiper than you. He's more he's like closer to God than you. And so that just goes to show that, you know, doing this, it just makes you show your true colors. You know what I mean? Like soliciting people for things and then those things not even coming into fruition. You know, that's just all bad, you know. And then you want to bash others who have maybe a different way of living or have a different belief system, and you couldn't even. The sad thing is, if I asked him, okay, what African spiritual system do you follow? What are the rules of that African spiritual system? Is there any permissions that you need to get before you can even teach the African spiritual tradition or whatever the case may be, I bet you he would be like a deer in headlights. You know, it's just ridiculous. You know, it really is. Like, I mean, but that's what happens when you just eat fruit. You know, you act certain ways like that. And if he watches this video, he can get this work. You know, shoot, I'll refute everything that he has to say. he can really get this work. You know what I mean? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Any one of these conscious niggas can get this work. Now that I'm saying these things, and I'm not really one to say this, but any of these would-be woke niggas can get this work. Okay? It doesn't matter to me. You know? I know what I stand on. I stand on practicality. I stand on solutions that are actually feasible. And I stand on grassroots, doing it from the ground up, brick by brick, not asking for any handouts, and not broadcasting shit either that I'm doing until it's actually done. You know? But anyhow, I had to just give a little bit of something, you know, about this fool. You know, because it you know, then this is another thing. He writes these long ass comments, these long ass paragraphs on things, and it's just like, oh my god, this nigga is so dumb, for real. You know, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I think a lot of it has to do with short man complex. I think that nigga is just like 5'2" or something. I saw that nigga in person one time. It was at the Sudanese rally when Sudan was going through its like going through its like crisis, you know, so to say, with Bashir and all, Omar Bashir and all of that. You know, we were at a Sudan rally and that nigga showed up afterwards, after the fact. And at first I didn't recognize him, but then I recognized him from his goofy ass smile, and then I didn't realize he was so short. I'm like, damn, this nigga's short. And me, I'm like 180, I'm like 183 centimeters. I'm like 6 feet. I'm not that tall, but it's like compared to him, like, it's like, no wonder this nigga be doing what he do, you know? But anyhow, man, just let me know your comments on this guy and what you think about it. And, you know, let me know if you think I'm reaching, you know? Just let me know. Because before I make videos like this, I do my research, okay? And from the research I found, he's just like the rest of them niggas, man. There's nothing different about this nigga at all. You know, except for he's a mulatto. That's the only difference. But anyhow, man, that's all I got. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Shout out.